Good morning, my beautiful people. Today I am taking my buyer to go look at a couple of houses. So I'm going to bring you guys along, show you what my day looks like when I show.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who? Yeah. OVO sound.
You say good morning, Arlo? Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Okay. See you guys in a few. Okay, so we're in the car. We're ready. We are headed to Porter, Texas, which is like north, a little like north of Houston. It's about an hour commute from downtown. Porter, Texas is kind of like, so since it's outside of, the city, you do tend to see more, oversized lots. They do have a lot of new construction out there just because, it's a wooded area. And so these investors, these big companies go and they buy these huge lots and they start building new communities. So we're going to look at two homes. They're both 5 bedrooms and up, 3,500 square feet. And the other one's 3,600 square feet. They are looking for something very particular. They know what they want. They know what they love. We want something with like an oversized lot, 3-car garage, 4 bedrooms and up. They want something with, a spacious backyard just because they like to host. They like to have company over. They just had a grandbaby. So they want to have enough space to, lounge and sit outside and just have family time. So let's go look at these beautiful houses. And also it's raining outside and there's like a wind advisory. So the car's like moving us this way, that way. And also we just got a new pre-approved buyer. So congratulations to that buyer. Okay, so this is house number 1. My clients are not here yet. It's raining or chispeando. So this is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath. It's priced at $500,000. It's 3,600 square feet. The lot's about 8,600 square feet. It's got a pool, which I'm going to show you in a minute. It's kind of raining outside. The weather is not that nice, but it's priced at, once again, it's priced at $500,000. So a little bit of what I do before I bring my buyers out to look at homes is typically I send them like property details, right? So number 1, we want to know, is the house in a flood zone? I will say like 9 times out of 10, my buyers are like, if it's in a flood zone, I don't even want to see it. But every now and then you do come across families that, are familiar with the area, with the neighborhood, and kind of know like, hey, my mom, lives down the street and, I know it's in a flood zone, but it doesn't flood. So sometimes, there are those exceptions, or sometimes my clients are like, I just love that area. I love this house. I want it. I don't care. So I'll let you know, like, if the house is in a flood zone, does it accept the type of loan that you have? Because we do come across a lot of homes that have been, flipped, where investors come and they purchase it. And sometimes with them just purchasing, fixing it like pretty quick, they may not qualify for like an FHA loan. So those are things that we want to know. Also, sometimes buyers or sellers accept an offer, like agents will receive an offer and they won't change the status of the house until, earnest money has been delivered, or until, they know for sure that they're going to move forward once they've done the inspection, like the buyer's done inspections and they, agreed with repairs and things like that. So there's a lot of little details that I do up front for my buyers before bringing them out to look at a house, making them fall in love with it, and then basically telling them, oh, wait, it doesn't qualify, or it's in a flood zone, or they already have an offer. So a little bit of context on what you can expect with, working with me and my team. So I'm in my office. Look at my whiteboard. I just got this yesterday. I needed it like bad. I'm going to work on a couple of things. We just got a new pre-approved buyer, so I need to add all of my buyers, all of my sellers on my whiteboard. Also, I have 3 scheduled calls back to back with a few of my leads. They came in, so I'm going to do that while I wait for the numbers from the lender so that we can determine how much we're going to submit an offer on. Another thing that I want to point out, so let me sit down because I'm out of breath. Hello, I am back. Okay, I went to go change because every time I get home, I always have to change into comfortable clothes because that means I'm going to sit in this office, sit in this chair for like the next 3, 4, 5 hours plus. So, I'm waiting on the lender to send us numbers. So just a couple things that you can expect when you work with me as your agent. Number one, like you're always going to know like what's going on. So I always tell my buyers, I know, like if you're a buyer that's actively, shopping right now with your agent, or if you're thinking about buying, this is a good video, right? Just because I can tell you like what you can expect. So obviously you're going to apply. You're going to send your documents. Lender's going to fully process your application. We're going to figure out how much you qualify for. I'm going to get you set up with the list of homes. I'm going to put us in a group chat. We're going to talk about the homes that I sent you. Out of those homes, you're going to tell me which ones you like. And then you're going to tell me when you're available because I work around your schedule, not the other way around. And then before I take you to go look at these beautiful homes that interest you, I'm going to send you property details. So I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to make you fall in love with the house and then you find out that it's in a flood zone. So we're going to figure out a few things. Okay. Number one, make sure that the price is within your price point. I know sometimes we know somebody that bought a house $30,000 below, what they were pre-approved for. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I highly wouldn't suggest shopping that way with that strategy because you're going to take the fun out of buying the process. Okay. Trust me, I'm going to guide you. We're going to get you into the home. I'm going to always try to find a way to save you money so that you don't have to bring a lot of money the day of closing. Try to preserve as much of your dollars. Like, just know that, okay? I am in your corner. I am like here to fight for you, okay? So you don't ever have to worry about that. Other agents, I don't know how they work. But as far as for me with my buyers, I'm in your corner, okay? I'm your negotiator. I'm like your lawyer. Okay, I'm not a licensed attorney or lawyer. I'm saying like, I'm going to fight for you just like an attorney does or a lawyer does. Once we figure out the homes that interest you, I'm going to make sure that the house, I'm going to give you these facts. Is the house in a flood zone? Number one, because that may be a deal breaker for you right off the bat. So we're not going to go look at houses in flood zones unless you give me permission to, okay? Flood zones, number 2 is going to be your loan type, okay? Not all homes accept the same type of financing. I can get into the details about that, but that's a whole different conversation for another day. It doesn't matter. What matters is, does it or does it not qualify for the type of loan that you have? Number 3, are there any offers? Is the home still available? Like, are there any offers? Okay, because if there is, you don't want to get into a bidding war or that we're going to need, a whole ton of money and you want to offer way below and try to negotiate. Chances are if a house has multiple offers, this is not the route to go. You don't want to negotiate every and any penny. Okay. So trust me, I will tell you. Number 4, is the house still available? Okay. And the reason I say that is because sometimes agents are instructed or they instruct themselves to not change the status of a house until after the inspections, until the earnest money has been delivered to the title company. Sometimes they don't change it until you've negotiated repairs. So that's another thing we want to figure out. And then once we have all of those details, once we have all of those details and all of that information, then we can schedule to go look at the homes. Okay. Then we take you to go look at them. We talk about them. We get a feel for them. I ask you questions. And And then once we're done, we'll determine if there's one of any of these properties that you saw that you want to submit an offer on. Okay. Now, once we find a house that you submit an offer on, then it's my time to do my job again. And that means I'm going to send the property over to the lender. Okay. At the very beginning of your pre-approval, once you got that, at the very beginning, you and I jumped on a call and we discussed numbers, monthly payment, cash to close, interest rates, areas, bedrooms, baths, location, price point, all of those things. Okay. So by the time that we're here, I already know what you guys want to pay monthly, and I already know where you're comfortable, where you're maxed out at. And so it's my job now to basically say, hey, lender, we found a house. Give me the estimates for this house. How much money is it going to cost us to close? And how much, is our monthly payment? Once we've determined that you guys are good with these numbers, then we can proceed to submit an offer. I will then advise you on what I think we should offer. And then if you agree, we will send the offer and wait to get a response. Okay. So right now we are in waiting phase. We are waiting for the lender to send the numbers. This will also help me structure an offer. Even though I'm going to try to save you as much of your money in your bank the day of closing, I still need to make sure that you're okay with the numbers and that we're okay with the amount that we're going to request. You can tell me, Priscilla, I have $1 million in my bank account and I want to buy this house. I'm still going to try to save every single penny. Not just because you have money in the bank account doesn't mean that I want you to spend it all. I know us ladies want to go to Home Goods and we want to go to the furniture store and we want to go shopping for new appliances and we want to decorate the house. Sometimes you want to paint the house. Sometimes you're going to add a pool after you close. I know these things. So I take all of those things into consideration because I know that when I buy a house, I want to have money left over so I can go shop. So I can go decorate. I want a new bed. I want a new refrigerator because the one that I have doesn't fit my new house. Like there's just so many things. So just always take that into consideration. Like when you're thinking like, boop. Oh yeah, Priscilla said this. I'm going to save you all the money that I can. Okay. Anyways. So yeah, that's what we're waiting for right now. In the meantime, I just got my whiteboard. It's right in front of me. It's one of those stick-ons onto your wall. I don't like the big bulky ones that you carry, you mount. It's just too much. The stick-ons, I can literally peel it off, put it back on, and move it wherever I go. Once it's there, I don't move it, but I love it. I'm about to put all of my clients, buyers, sellers, leads, everything. I've been going so crazy because since we moved, I had to throw my other one away. It was too big for my wall. Plus, I had already had it for like 2-3 years and it was time for a new one. So I just went ahead, I retired it, I threw it away and ordered a new one. And it finally got here yesterday and I made Jay put it up because I am literally losing my mind. I have paper, I have my spreadsheet and everything, but there's nothing like me sitting here like right now and just looking at me like, oh yeah, okay. So that's literally what I'm about to do, and then yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who? Yeah. OVO Sound 2025.